Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Delightful Creations. I'm Amber. I'm so excited you're here today. I'm really happy to be sharing the Bible with you this morning. And as you can hear, my voice is quite different. I'm still recovering from the flu and I have this terrible cough. So I'm going to do my best to get through this video, hopefully without too many hiccups. So we're going to go right to Proverbs today because that's where I'm reading. And we're in chapter 20, and I want to read verses 7 and verse 11. So verse 7 says, "The just man walketh in his integrity, and his children are blessed after him." Verse 11 reads, "Even a child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure, and whether it be right." So I found that to be interesting because as a parent, I'm hoping that I'm setting a good example for my children and how to be honest and live a good life and treat people well and just show love and grace and forgiveness and all those wonderful qualities to my children so that they can learn by my example and be kind and gracious to their friends and their teachers, right? And people that they come in contact with in their life. But then I found it to be interesting again that it said that even the child is known by his doings. A child knows what he is doing, whether he's doing something that is right or pure, or, not evil and naughty. Even they know as a young age, they know a lot of times of what they're doing. And us as children of God, this is where I made the connection. Us as children of God, if you're studying the Bible and you're aware of what God's laws are and God's commandments and what God's promises are for you, you're able to follow them, right? You're able to be in alignment. You're able to be obedient and fit into that category of choosing to behave by your actions, your thoughts, your words, and your deeds to be pure and right. And I just thought that was just so simple and so sweet. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I've been I've been a mom for a lot of years now. And even if you don't have children, maybe you've got grandchildren or you're an auntie or even a teacher, right? And you're teaching children, or you've got friends. It doesn't even necessarily pertain to children in itself because you are a child of God. So you are a child yourself. You're always forever will be a son or daughter of the Lord. So I thought that was really cool. Now today in the treasure journal, instead of doing like a whole page spread and all the things that I normally do, we're going to be making a fun page tab. So I finally found my tab punch board. I found this thing. I dug through the entire craft room upstairs and I found it. So I want to use just the punch part of the tab shape. And I watched a lady, I believe her name was Steph, and it's 100 days of junk journaling sponsored collaboration by Rachel Bella Craft. I'm going to leave the video that I watched down below on this video. Super great idea. So we're going to make a gigantic page tab and I'm so excited about this. This lady made it look so easy and fun and I don't know where I want to put it yet. So I guess we should get some papers out. Let me grab some papers. I just went ahead and pulled these two papers out of my little scrap bag here and I'm going to use this longer one, I think, because she made like a huge, it was a gigantic page tab. So I want to make a really big one. I'm going to pass on this one. It's a little bit dark for me today, a little bit darker in color. But yeah, I just thought we could just do this together. I don't want it quite, well, I guess that's probably pretty, I guess we won't cut it down. I'll leave it the way it is. So I'm going to just fold it in half, because that's what she did, and she made a ton of these things, and she must be right-handed like me because she made a lot of hers and decorated it up on one side versus the other side, and I just thought it was kind of cool. I've never thought of doing a whole entire huge page tab. And then I saw somebody else make some gigantic hidden paper clips, and that was part of the, oh, sorry, I can't remember her name. I've just been watching YouTube videos because I haven't been feeling very well. Kiki. Yeah, it's Kiki from Hidden Near Deer Designs or Neary Designs from this Mass Make March Hop. I watched her do some great paper clips, hidden paper clips, and she made a huge 3-1 that goes on the whole page and like you just slip it on there. So it's like a page tab, but ultra paper clip version. So I'm not going to be making that today. I'm just going to make the page tab, but thought I would just point that out. So I'm going to make a fun little tab shape on each end of my paper. There we go. So cute. Oh my gosh. So excited I found this thing. I dug and dug and dug and dug for it. I'm going to do some inking. And I've also pulled in, well, I ink. We're going to read this. The Illustrated Words of Jesus for Women. I got this at Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. That's hilarious. It just popped up, Steph Howell, on my YouTube thing. Anyway, what I was just talking about. And I wanted to read with you guys today's little devotion. It says, listen closely. Jesus was a master communicator when he lived on earth. He taught so that his listeners could identify with what he was saying. Jesus gave this commandment, which is, come follow me, and I will show you how to fish for people. And that comes from Mark chapter 1, verse 17. So Jesus gave this commandment when he was speaking to a large group of men who had, for the most part of their lives, been fishermen. And they understood that he was calling them to the job of bringing others to the faith of Jesus. As you read the Word of God and as His Spirit speaks into your heart, will it also be ways that make sense to you? Listen for His voice calling to you in the midst of your own passions and talents. That is where He'll use you for His service. And that is so, 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 so true. Because here I am, I'm crafting for Jesus. I never thought this would ever happen. I'm not saying by any means that I'm famous or anything like that, but I'm hoping I'm making a difference. I hope I'm bringing joy and light and hope and goodness to your day, to your life, and just being brave enough to share. I mean, honestly, that's all it is. Okay. So you've inked that up, and that is the verse from there. And then it asks a couple questions here on the bottom. It says, what gifts and talents has God given you? What do you enjoy doing? Where are your passions? More than likely, those areas He wants you to use in service to Him. Do you see how that can happen? And listen closely. Listen closely to those things that you already enjoy, that you're already good at, because God's put them in your life for a reason. Absolutely. We all like different things. We're all interested in different things, and I think part of that is so He can reach a diverse amount of people. It's not all the same people, right? So that's really cool. I want this one to stick out on the edge, but I don't want it like super far out. So let's see here. How about I'm going to do page tabs. I probably better start with the first page. Let's use this one because it's inkified. It's coffee dyed paper. It's kind of boring, right? Kind of boring on both sides. And I just got to decide how far out I want this to stick. I think just right there. I think just mainly right here. Okay. Now the cool part about this is now we get to add elements to this to decorate it up, which is my favorite part. And then I'm going to leave this side open as like a flip open, and then this side on the page will be either fully glued down, or maybe I'll make it be a tuck spot. I think maybe we'll do a tuck spot. So anyways, we've got these here. Let's grab our little goodie box and let's just start adding things to this. So I'm gonna grab my glue here, and I want a couple of bigger pieces. Not gigantic by any means, but something like this would be great, but this is really thin. I want it to be sturdy enough to work for me. So maybe something like this would look nice. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to try to keep it neutral if I can. Neutral in color, because that's what the page is. That's what we're working with. Okay. And then, let's see here. Let's have us a ticket. I want kind of those richer, I want some of these richer colorings. And I know I'm covering up some of my inking, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to put this one this way. So I didn't know where I was going to place the things down. But yeah, I've been just doing a lot of resting and trying to, here's a little bee stamp. Doing a lot of resting and watching a lot of YouTube videos and trying not to talk, because it seems like when I talk, I start to cough. So anyhow, let's see here. So I was going to keep it neutral. This one's pretty neutral. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. All right, let's have that on the front as my focal point here. I'm going to cover up those ABCs. And then I've got this sweet little flower here. I don't know if this will be enough to hold it down, but we're going to give this a shot. I'm going to put that right here, just for a fun little texture. And then let's add a bit of lace. I need my scissors. Let's add a bit of lace to it. Here on the edge. And then I got more lace than I wanted on that one, which I didn't know you could have too much lace. I'm just teasing. All right, let's see here. I think I want to add one more thing. I'm feeling like it needs something down here. So let's pop on some sort of label. That one feels a little bit too small. Yeah, I like that one. I'm going to ink that one. And before I glue this one down, this one's actually ripped. Let me see if I can find one that's not ripped. There we go. Before I glue this down, I'm going to add a couple of little teeny tiny brads to the corners. Just decided to do that, a little extra. And also pause the video really quick so I can grab my brads. I'll be right back. Got a vast array of choices here, and I just want to stick again with the really neutral colors, but I think we might go with maybe a darker brown, kind of like a chocolate brown. If I can grab two of the same colored brads at the same time, that would be just, there we go, wonderful. Because I don't tend to use brads a whole lot, and we can fancy it up just by doing that. And I'm going to take my little awl here, and I'm going to poke a little hole. Now, just so I get them in the same spot, I'm going to fold my paper over, and I'm going to hold it so that I can get my holes in the same spot, or pretty close to it. And then we'll put our little brad in there. Aw, this is going to be so cute. And I've got to make it, hopefully I went in far enough that the little prongs don't show through. Oh, look at that. Hey, I did it. All the things you got to think about on the fly when you're trying to craft, and you want things to look nice, you know? Okay, so I'm going to spread this one down as well. There we go. And I think, I mean, you could have it going this way as well, but because my ticket's going this way, I prefer it more vertical. I'm going to make sure that I only glue it on this side here. So I'm going to apply my glue here and then just a little bit there. So I don't want to glue this down. And I think I like it a little bit more over here. There we go. I might have to add a little bit more glue over here. Make sure that brad gets stuck down. There. Now this side doesn't look near as pretty, right? So we're going to add something over here to cover this whole entire thing up. So maybe that would be a good spot for, I just don't like that paper. Something like that. Let me just grab something, maybe a little bit more. Let's see here. Got this big giant butterfly thing. Let's do that. Not the entire thing, but a piece of it. Let's get this stuff out of the way. I'm dropping all kinds of things all over the place. So let's see if I can. See, now that one's a little bit too small, but maybe this one will work. That one does work. Oh, and it's pink. I didn't even know that there was Oh my gosh, I didn't even know there was a whole nother side to that. That is too funny. Okay, well, I said I was going to keep it neutral, so that worked out because you'll just see a little bit of this pink. And I think I don't want to lose that. Gosh. Okay, maybe we'll just use this and build up from here. Because I don't want to cut that off. So I'm going to round the corners on this, and we're just going to keep building it until I feel like it's done. But yeah, this was a really cute little idea. I don't know why I'm rounding all the corners, but I guess because you're going to see it on this side. Ooh, I like that position better because I like the butterfly going this way. Okay, and you just see a little bit of that pink. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? Something like right there, I think. So then I only have to add something else down here just to cover this bit up. I'm going to ink this. Yes, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're enjoying the nice weather. We are actually getting ready for more snow here. I think 1 to 3 inches. It's going to be starting tonight. I just can't even believe it because yesterday it was like 70 degrees and then today is only 60 and then snow tonight. It's just all over the place. The weather is crazy, I tell you. I tell you. Let's add a little something fun down here. And not a label. Let's see, what else do I have? I live for you, blossoms, read it, but that's white on the other side. Okay, this is going to be difficult for me to find something small and neutral. Interesting here. Because that's white on the other side, but I can ink that up. Okay, I'm going to glue that down first. This circle piece, because I want to make sure I fully cover that up. Okay, just moving it around until I get it in the right position. I'm so excited. I got a very special gift in the mail. I haven't opened it yet. It is my Frankie magazine. Finally came, excuse me, from Australia, from the lovely JD, for part of my journaling course. And I'm so super excited to have a look through it. Goodness, I hope my voice lasts for the rest of this video. But yeah, I'm going to be having fun this afternoon looking at that and finally being able to participate, feeling like I've been kind of left out a little bit. But I've just been waiting for this magazine to come. So now we can see here where this is white. And I'm just going to take my ink dauber and put some ink down there. And then I'm going to grab my red ink just to add a little pink down there too. And I think that will look very, very nice. Ah! I've got red on my desk. That's all right. Let me see here. Let me grab my little book. I almost fell off my chair, leaning over a little too far. And normally I would have done that before I glued it down to cover up the bits of, I need more ink if you can believe that. The bits here where you see it, but I wasn't planning on adding to the back side. There we go. And then I want a little bit more brown because that's a little bit too red. It stands out a little bit too much. Okay, so because I did that, I'm going to add some more ink over in here just to tie these colors together, right, from our eyes. Okay, and then I think I'm going to pop a rose up here. Again, bringing the colors together. Let's see what I got here. Do I happen to have any roses? I've got these ones. I don't want the green on it, though. Ooh, what about this butterfly? No, that's too... It takes away from that. Just a little rose here. Have a little rose. Here we go. It's more purpley, though, isn't it? I don't think I'm going to find any more red rose. Oh, I spoke too soon. Spoke too soon, didn't I? I don't like that one. I would like it if it were smaller. I think I used all my small pieces in my little journal. I guess we could do red poppies. All right, let's go with the red poppies. I'm going to cut off the postage part. And I'm going to cut off that dark line. I don't want the dark line on there. I just want a little bit of ink. There we go. You can fancy these up as much as you want. You just keep adding and adding and adding and making them look really nice on the page. Whoops. I probably should have decided where I wanted that to go before I got to happy gluing. Okay, now I can finish gluing that baby down. Okay. All finished, I think. Let's have a look here on the page of what we ended up with. Something like this. Ooh, isn't that pretty? I'm going to try to center this here and there. And I'm not going to glue that side first. I'm going to glue this side first. And I think right there is about center. I think I'm going to glue it all the way shut. I'm not going to make this a pocket. I thought I was maybe going to do that, but I've got a lot of interactive stuff in this journal, and it's getting to be kind of too chunky. Too chunky. I just thought having a page tab here is a really cute idea. And then, whoops, you can flip it open and see all this here. You can still get to see the nice coffee drip there with my cup that I made. I want to make sure this gets a nice good seal here. All the way to the edge of that paper because I wasn't sure where it was lining up at. Yes, I hope you spend some time today doing something that you love and just enjoy your day. Because it's really, really fun to play with paper, I tell you. I think it would be nice to have a big long line of some lace right here, but that one's not long enough. Oh, and I've got white and pink, and then I've got fluffy and thick. I don't have any flat lace besides this piece here, so when I come back to decorate this page, I think I'll add that then. But yeah, what a fun little idea. And if you didn't want this to be like flippy floppy, you would just glue it down on your page here and here, and you can have a big nice tuck there. I just decided to leave it a flip just because I've got the nice little butterfly thing going on there. And you know, you still have all this beautiful journaling space. I'm big on journaling space, so I think that is where I'm going to leave mine. And then I also don't have to worry too much about this sticking up, this little flower here. And then once I get over here, it's kind of towards the edge of my page. So when I do come to journal, I don't have to worry about fighting that. Or these brads, really, not too bad. Yeah, so thank you guys for coming along and watching my little page tab today. I really appreciate it. Take care throughout the weekend, and we'll see you really soon in the next video. Bye-bye.